John here. In this lesson, we're going to cover the 3 different Yngwie-style sequences you just heard. And we're also going to cover a practice routine that will really help you to get the 2 last sequences down anywhere on the guitar neck on any string. So you just got to follow that routine, and you need to put in the work obviously, but I'm going to show you how to do it. And with that said, let's get started. Now, the first one is a really good one in preparation for the other 2, because we're staying in one position, but we're still working on what might be the trickiest part, which is this switching of either the index finger or the pinky. So I'm going to show you what I mean here. So this one is just based on the E harmonic minor. So we have 15, 14, 12, and then 11. And as usual, you have the tabs over at Patreon, so you can check that out, link in the description. But we just go like this. Then we shift with the index finger 1 fret down, and then go up. So you get fingering wise 4, 3, 1, shift with 1, and then you go 1, 2, 4. Then you need to shift up with the pinky here. So that's what's so good, because it's very easy to screw those position shifts up when you try to play it a bit quicker. And when you practice this, a really good idea to try to disguise the position shift as much as possible. And the easiest way to do that is simply by moving quickly using transition time that I've talked about before. So like this. So we want to minimize any type of sliding sound here. So that's a really good one to work on, just because it's a nice sound in itself, obviously, but also, like I said, in preparation for these ascending and descending fourths. So if you want to work on this one a bit more, I would suggest that you use a timer, and then you just pick a spot on the guitar. It can be anywhere, it doesn't have to be here. Maybe you start on the D string, on the 11th fret. You're going to have the root note here, so now we're in B flat harmonic minor. So just do that, and if you really want to get into this one, I would suggest, since it's a loop, to use what I call the looping technique, where you start on each note of the pattern. So we just number the notes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you will start on 1. That, start on 2, and then you can decide, you can start on a downstroke if you just want to work on your picking technique in general, or start on the same pick stroke as it would be in the actual sequence if you start on a downstroke. So I'm going to stick to just downstrokes now, so I'm going to start on the second note, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Whoops. Third note. And then we have the 4th note, 5th, and finally the 6th. So I think that's a better thing than just sit, for ages with the same thing. So, but initially start with that, so you're really used to the sequence, but then when you feel ready, try doing these variations instead. So that's the first lick, and Yngwie plays this all over the place, and I think it's a great sound. But even if you're not a big Yngwie fan and you're still watching this video, just remember that you're working on things that's very useful for anything that you're practicing or anything that you're playing when it comes to position shifting. So just because you might not love this thing because it's connected to Yngwie, anything that you want to play yourself that's connected to position shifts, which most likely you'll want to play at some point, will be helped by working on this. If you want a structured practice routine that will upgrade your technique, ears and fretboard knobs at the same time, check out my new book, Modal Alternate Picking. Following the routines in this book, you'll be able to play, hear and visualize the modes of the major scale like never before. Simply follow the steps outlined in the book and experience the freedom that comes with actually knowing what you're doing. It's currently only $9 for 250 pages of structured and clear practice routines. Download the book and start improving right away. Now, a really good way to practice this and also to get more mileage out of the sequence is to put it into some of the other scales. So let's say we do, for simplicity's sake, let's do a C major scale. So now I'm going to start here and go shift down 1 fret or 2 frets. So basically I'm sticking to the tonality. So one thing you can do here then is to go through each of these variations and do each string like this. You start with the first loop, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Start on the second note, third, and so on. So you do a few reps for each, and then if that works, you move on to the next one, do all the variations when it comes to the loops on that string, G string, D string, A string, and E string. So you have this set number of exercises you want to do, and you do this in a very systematic way. And then, you can move up to the next position, or maybe you do that the next day. So basically you can work on this sequence a lot without burning yourself out just because you're always doing, the same tonality, or you're always doing it in the same key. So that's a really good way to expand pretty much anything. So here's the first ascending sequence. Sounds like this. Slowly, it goes like this. Since you have the tabs available on Patreon, I'm not going to cover everything in detail here and bore you. Instead, just think of this. We have 3 notes. So 7, 9, 10, since we're in B minor. And with these 3 notes, the sequence is going to go like this. So if we number the notes from left to right, 1, 2, 3, the sequence goes like this. 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you move that up to the next set of 3 notes in the scale, do the same thing. 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm not talking about fingerings here. I'm talking about the order of the notes in each set of 3 notes. So you go 3, 1, 2, 3, move up to the next set of 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, move up to the next set, and so on. So hopefully you see that this is a fairly easy sequence to understand. Playing it up to speed, however, is another thing entirely, so you need to put in the work, obviously. And I would also suggest that you try this on all strings, because that will help a lot. Even though you might end up using it mostly on the high E string once you get it down, it's very helpful for your overall picking technique to work on the other strings as well. Now, the last sequence is just a descending version of this. And I play this in the key of E minor, and it sounds like this. And here it is slow. So this is just the descending version of the previous one, and if we look at it in the same type of fashion, we pick any 3 notes. I'm going to pick these notes, 15, 17, 19, and number the notes from left to right, 1, 2, 3. The sequence goes like this, 1, 3, 2, 1. Shift down, and then you have these 3 notes, same sequence, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1, and so on. And now the difference with this one is that you're going to be leading with your index finger the whole time, whereas with the other one you were leading with the pinky. So these sequences are really important to practice, in my opinion, because like I said before, even if you don't like Yngwie at all, these sequences will really help you with your overall position shifting. So it's a very important thing to work on. Now, if you really want to master these 2 sequences, the ascending and descending fourths, I put together a routine that takes you through the A natural minor, the A harmonic minor, and the A melodic minor. And we're going to do this on all 6 strings. So by the time you've worked on this routine, you will be really comfortable with all 3 scales on all 6 strings, which is really helpful because you basically can see all the notes all over the neck. So it's going to help your fretboard knowledge a lot. And also getting these different sounds in your head, because you have the natural minor sound, Then you have the harmonic minor. Then you have the melodic minor. So it's basically just 3 minor variations here. And not only that, we're gonna play the entire sequence on all 6 strings, but we're gonna do it in a way using accents. So you're gonna do accents on the first 16, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on all 6 strings, ascending and descending, and then you do it again with harmonic minor, again with melodic minor, and if you're really crazy and really want to upgrade your picking technique, you do it all again, but this time you start with an upstroke, so you go instead of starting with a downstroke, and go through the same type of thing again. But like I said, you have all this stuff on my Patreon in Guitar Pro format, as well as PDF and MIDI. So check that out if you're interested. Now, if you like this stuff and you want some more Yngwie licks, you can check this video out.